watching you dance in the Peace Country, babe.
I'm not playing music. I teach at an elementary school, and I teach grades 6 and 7. And this might surprise you, Peace Valley, but it's fairly uncommon for me to be applauded every 3 to 4 minutes like this. So this is really nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, one thing I'm not nostalgic for is being back in grade 7. This one's called Palisades. I've been working on getting a debut record recorded, and it's set to come out in the fall. So I'm looking forward to that very much. This track will be on it. Palisades. Lo and behold, there were wolves in the timbers, ashes and embers. It's hard to remember the flame. Don't you know what was weak in the center? Never was meant to remain. Baby, let's allow the past to be. Maybe there's another path for me after all. Maybe this is all it has to be. The soar and dive, the rise and fade. Long ago, tender-aged, ever callow, we bathed in the shallows, saw shapes that the shadows portrayed. In the throes of a mind that was addled, so blind to the battle that raged. Baby, let's allow the past to be. Maybe there's another path for me after all. Maybe this is all it has to be. The soar and dive, the rise and fade. Maybe I've been my own enemy. Maybe this is all I'm meant to be after all. Maybe I'm a fading memory to any friend I've ever made. Let's see how the season treats us, and soon there'll be spoils to feast on love. I'm only asking you to stay. Maybe let's allow the past to be. Maybe there's another path for me after all. Maybe this is all it has to be. The soar and dive, the rise and fade. Maybe I've been my own enemy, darling. Maybe this is all I'm meant to be after all. Maybe I'm a fading memory to any friend I've ever made. Maybe I'm a fading memory. Thank you so much. Okay, sounds good. I'll do. All right, I'm just going to do two more for you here. This next one is sort of loosely based on a. I used to read a lot of. I was really fortunate to have an opportunity to do a lot of canoe travel through northern Ontario and northern Quebec and Labrador and exploring kind of eastern Canada by canoe. And I got really into reading journals of historic trips like that. And there was sort of a famous story about these two guys who went to map Labrador while many of it was unknown to settlers. And there was a lot of kind of arrogance in the story, I guess, of not really taking any advice from people who knew the country. And it ended with them traveling the wrong route and eventually one of them dying. And it's sort of, I mean, I sort of like thematically the idea of, I guess, I don't know, some of the things we feel a calling to do, maybe oblivious to some of the consequences they have on the people we love most, because there's a lot of this story was about the wife of one of the travelers who eventually went and completed the trip herself. But yeah, I guess I could relate to that idea of, yeah, the things we're called to do and the unintended consequences on the people we love most sometimes. This is called Leonidas' Folly. We ain't come far, but all our miles were hard. Are you still inclined to redefine our aim? The autumn's nearing and it's looming large. We'll have to trace our tracks or die in vain. You told me wager only that with which we both could stand apart. But I get reckless with your heart now and then. I get reckless with your heart. Was it ill-fated from the very start? Is my hubris still the source of your contempt? The cash is near, my friend, you shouldn't starve. Though weary and defeated, we'll contend. You told me wager only that with which we both could stand apart. But I get reckless with your heart now and then. I get reckless with your heart. We raised our heads and felt the teeth of the wind. It's a bitter time of year. I'll summon strength enough to heal you, my friends. Let's get out of here. You told me wager only that with which we both could stand apart. But I get reckless with your heart now and then. I get reckless with your heart. I get reckless with your heart now and then. I get reckless with your heart. We ain't come far, but all our miles were hard. Thank you so much. Thank you for being out here. What an amazing event. Just a huge shout out to Ben and Kate and to all the volunteers for sure. I know there's so much labor that goes into putting on such an event, and I know how much it does for community and how amazing it feels to be here and to be a part of this. So thanks so much to Ben and Kate and the volunteers and the vendors and the artists and all of you for coming out. I'm going to do just one more song for you, and it's going to be it's one from an album I spent a lot of time with growing up. It's off Paul Simon's Graceland album, which I really adore. So I tried to find a tune on there that I could kind of turn into that could suit the sort of finger style stuff that I like to play. So this one's a Paul Simon one. I'll play for you in a moment. Again, thank you so much, everybody. My name's Bowood Benjamin. So thrilled to be here. I hope everyone has an awesome rest of their festival and rest of their weekend. And we'll see you out there. Come say hi. I was having this discussion in a taxi headed downtown, rearranging my position on this friend of mine who ran into a breakdown. I said, hey, breakdowns come, breakdowns go. What is it we're gonna do about it? That's what I'd like to know. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. In the early morning hours, that's when I fell into a phone call, believing I had supernatural powers. I ran into a brick wall, and I said, hey, is this my problem? Is this my fault? If that's the way it's gonna be, well, I'll call the whole thing to a halt. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was walking down the street once, and I thought I heard a voice say, hey, imagine you and me walking down the very same street on the very same day. And I said, hey, senorita, that's astute. Why don't we get together? We could call ourselves an institute. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. Oh, you don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. Whoa, you don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. You don't feel you could love me, but I feel you could. I was having this discussion in a taxi headed downtown. Thank you so much, Peace Valley. Thank you so much to Ben and Kate. Thank you to all the volunteers, and thank you everybody for coming out. This is such a great event. I'm so grateful to be here. My name's Boet Benjamin. We'll see you out there.
let's start off with, I guess, the vision that you guys saw by the time you were in council 7 years ago with this building. What was the vision of this building back then?
So back then, the vision was based on the elders and people in community who fantasized about having a building where we could all gather, a big enough space to accommodate everyone and more people, so that we could house bigger events and bring more people together, because the current gym that we have is too small, and because we're growing in population, we needed to expand.
What was it like when you guys decided that, you were going to go ahead and do it? Like, was there excitement? Were people nervous? What was that journey like?
So when the organization came together to talk about the idea becoming a reality, there was a lot of unknowns. Where is the money going to come from? How are we going to fund it? So before the excitement, there was worry and stress, and there was a lot of unanswered questions to make the idea a little uneasy. But over time, the questions started to get answers, and then the funding came, and then that's when the excitement came, because now we have a way to navigate to the project.
What would you say was one of the more challenging aspects of building this, making this project a reality?
So the biggest challenge of all, of course, is the budget, because you can plan so much, but then there's always something thrown into the mix where it was unexpected. So then you have to accommodate, the budget and figure out, how do you navigate this cost that we didn't foresee? And so it really did come down to how to manage the money, and we had a good enough contingency that all the outside things that we didn't expect and plan for, it worked out in the end. It all just fell into place and things happened, and we're grateful for that.
Can you give us do you know numbers by any chance, just roughly like total cost of project, and how long did it take to build?
So the build took 3 years, 2-3 years. And the funding came from 3 different pots. So in total, around 27 million. Can't give an exact number right off the top of my head, but we had enormous help from the federal and provincial governments, and then the nation kicked in some of our dollars to make it all work out.
And when you look at the building here today, what does the building make you feel when you look at it?
Connection. It's all about connection. It makes me feel so happy that we have a place to connect, because that's what this building is all about, is so we can bring people in, we can share, we can eat food together, discuss different things, and connect. Same with Pemmican Days. That's a place to share, to eat together, to have fun, but to connect. And I think this space is going to provide that on so many different levels.
Do you have any special areas of the building that are maybe in your heart a bit of your favorite, or anything that sticks out to you?
I do have a favorite room. It's the music room, because you can make magic in a music room. We have a lot of musicians in community, and I think that's a great space to encourage and develop the talent. And so if people want to record, that's an option. They can do that, because that's what the music room does. And I think that's a wonderful element to have in the building, is to be able to have a music program, teach people how to write a song. We have a stage now where they could perform. I think that kind of entertainment is really uplifting, and that adds a whole element of fun. So I think that's my favorite.
And then anything else that you would like to add, or maybe we missed in our conversation?
Anything to add?
Yeah, anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just looking forward to the future, and I'm so excited that all the teams got together to make this happen. And I'm so thrilled, the turnout that we had today. And I'm just really grateful and full of like happy emotions, because today is the day that we were waiting for years. Like when the idea came around 7 years ago and started discussing how are we gonna do this, back then it was a dream and now it's reality. So I'm thrilled, it's exciting.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hello, hey, 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 oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey,
albums, 500 shows, 10 states, 3 provinces, and he's here at Peace Valley. Put your hands together for John Hewitt and the New Americans.
It's midnight in Montana. The moon is sitting low. She gets on a plane to take her back to Ohio. From the jangling of the wind chimes to her apricot kisses, they're cutting up the land out here and they're selling it off in pieces. Yeah, it was a night of passion, and it was a night of bliss, with the moonlight in the mountains and the taste of her sweet kiss. Maybe it'll never happen, something blue and something borrowed. They both wake up feeling low down, yesterday is tomorrow. But now I think I would crawl up the bare-tooth highway just to get me a glimpse of you standing in the sun. I'd tear my jeans and I'd scrape my knees, wear my fingers to the bone, just to get me a look at you on the lonely way back home. Yeah, it was a night of passion, it was a night of bliss, with the moonlight in the mountains and the taste of her sweet kiss. Maybe it'll never happen, something blue windows forever closed. Some things will go unnoticed. Yeah, baby, that's just the way it goes. She gets on a plane to take her back to Ohio. It's midnight in Montana, and it's 40 degrees below. Yeah, it was a night of passion. It was a night of bliss, with the moonlight in the mountains and the taste of her sweet kiss. Maybe it'll never happen, something blue and something borrowed. We both wake up feeling low down, and yesterday's tomorrow. She gets on a plane to take her back to Ohio. It's midnight in Montana, and it's 40 degrees below. Thank you so very much. My name is John Hewitt, and we are a little jet-lagged because yesterday morning we woke up in Trail, BC. Trail, BC is right near the Washington border, and it is 13 and a half hours from where we stayed and another 2 hours here. But we are happy that we made it at one of the coolest festivals in British Columbia, here at the Peace Valley Folk Fest. I'm going to do a little song here. This is a brand new song of mine that goes by the name of Aurelia. And Aurelia was a foreign exchange worker I met down when I was on tour. And she was from Poland. And I took her name and I put it in a song. It means the golden one. This is Aurelia. Another day getting in my way, keeping me from loving you. Whoa, 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 and Aurelia, don't you put down your things and stay, sweet darling. Tell me you won't go away, Aurelia. Put down your things and stay. Why don't you put down your things and stay? Why don't you put down your things and stay? down your things and stay. Oh, thank you so much. This next tune is about the lonely feeling about leaving a festival, which y'all are going to have to do eventually, and it's going to be sad because you realize it's another year before you might see some of these fine folks again. So this goes out to you for coming to this great festival and supporting live music. This is called Wherever You Are Tonight.
All right. Let me know when you're ready. Go on. Yeah, take your time. All good? Yep.
These days don't seem to last like they used to. These nights are nothing I can get used to. You can tell me if I need to change. You can tell me if I need to change. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't let it get you down. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't try to satisfy anybody but yourself. These arms just can't wait to be holding you. This heart beats like a kick drum in New Orleans. You can tell me if I need to change. You can tell me if I need to change. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't let it get you down. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't try to satisfy anybody but yourself. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't let it get you down. Wherever you are tonight, my love, don't try to satisfy. Never try to satisfy. Don't try to satisfy anybody but yourself. Thank you so very much. I'm going to switch git boxes here for a quick moment. When I first came up here to the Peace region, it rained every day that I was here, almost every day. I'm glad it's not raining now, but we've got a trilogy of rain songs for you. Not to bring on the rain, but to maybe keep it out of the way for today. And if you need it, we'll get it on Sunday or Monday. This is called Manhattan Rain Song. Dry in the pouring rain, babe. I need to know, mama, 'cause this boy is getting sad. I wanna know how you get through a Sunday, how you stay dry in the pouring rain, babe. I need to know, mama, 'cause this boy is getting sad. Mama, what turns your question mark into a comma? I need to know, mama, 'cause this boy is getting sad. And it's raining over Manhattan. They're crying over the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See what you got. Thank you so much. That man over on the upright bass and the electric bass is Mr. Connor Miskimen. Moving on to a different territory now. We're going over to the Smoky Mountains. This is a tune called Smoky Mountain Rain. Wish I was out of the war, reading Rambo on the shores of Lake Superior, some backstreet lover's car in the hallway of the Emperor. I let liberty go down through the watery eyes of a faded American flag. Through cigarette smoke, she'll dance on the edges of the hillside dressed in rags. Through a Mexican grin, the Alamo came and remembered him with a shotgun in his hands, barrel smoking as she clutched at the tuft of the night. No, it ain't right. She should go through all this pain. sits next to him on the hill with beads of sweat rolling down her face. She's a Cadillac design in the image of the human race. Mother Nature swears it's not her to blame, but they placed her in the gambler's chair. They tied her down low, they ripped out her hair. Mother, mother, what's it like up there? Called out to me and you dragged me inside, between the gutter in the alley and the Continental Divide. You laced in silver, I swallowed my pride. Take me back, Nashville, Tennessee. Smoky Mountain rain, it's tearing me apart. Smoky Mountain rain, it's ripping out my heart. Smoky Mountain rain, heaven help me get her out of the rain. Pounding in my brain, from the Mississippi River to the South Dakota plains. It's pounding in my brain, from the Mississippi River to the Nelson Mountain Range. Now it's pounding in my brain, from the Mississippi River to the ghost of the Pontchartrain. Brain, from the Mississippi River to the South Dakota plains. So heaven help me get her out of the rain. Well, thank you so much. The first time I came up here, I was in Hudson's Hope, and I wrote this song. And I'm telling you, it rained every day I was up here. And that's why we're getting through the rain songs. This is a song of mine that I've been waiting all year to be able to play here. This is called Peace Country Rain, and it goes out to all of you fine folks. Wondering if it'll ever be good again. I never said 2 words to you, but after all you became my only friend. So hey mama, don't be late. My favorite fantasy comes on at 8. Watching you dance in the Peace Country Rain. It's green you go. You sped through your young life, living off the stress of every debt you owe. So hey mama, don't be late. My favorite fantasy comes on at 8. Watching you dance in the Peace Country Rain. whiskey on ice is gonna have to do. Can't stand the bitter taste, but it sure makes it easier to talk to you. Hey mama, don't be late. My favorite fantasy comes on at 8. Watching you dance in the East Country way. Hey mama, don't be late. My favorite fantasy comes on at 8. Watching you dance in the East Country way. Watching you dance in the East Country way. Watching you dance in the East Country way. That goes out to you, Peace Country. These boys are going to take a short break. I'm going to do a little solo song for you, and then I'm going to bring them back. It's a union thing. They're not allowed to play a full 1 hour set. So it's weird. Contractual obligations and whatnot. So I'm going to do a bit of a love song for you. Seems like a really nice day for a love song. This is from my December record called Wanderlust. This song is called The Greatest Line. Well, if only I could tell her what she means to me. If only I could tell her what she means to me. If I could change the world, one sweet melody at a time. If the world was just a song, she would be the greatest line. Heard a folk song on the radio, brought me back to 68. Making love to napalm and Vietnam, just a few years out from Watergate. If we could overcome one sweet melody at a time, if the world was just a song, she would be the greatest line. And I know that it's not easy. Think about all the things that you missed out on. And I know that it's not easy. Think about all the things that you cast doubt on. If I could change the world, one sweet melody that we've done. If the world was just a sitcom, she would be my favorite rerun. Well, if only I could tell her what she means to me. If only I could tell her what she means to me. If I could change the world, one sweet melody at a time. If the world is just a song, she would be the greatest line. Yeah, now if the world is just a song, she would be the greatest line. Thank you so much. We're going to bring the boys back up here. Mr. Jordan Dempster on the drums. I usually ask Jordan to do a drum solo, and I usually get this. Thank you, Jordan. Jordan Dempster on the drums. We're going to do a little song here that was inspired by the movie True Grit and the character of Maddie Ross. And I was thinking about the actress Haley Steinfeld as she was playing this character in the Coen Brothers version. And the song came to me, a little conversation between herself and her mother as she embarks on the journey to go find the man that killed her father and have him brought back to be hung. So this is a tune called River of Coal. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's a necklace for my father. Daddy came home on a stagecoach, lying in the back next to his ghost. So bury me deep in a river of coal, let the black wash over my bones. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's a necklace for my father. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's a necktie for my father. Daddy used to wear it on Sundays. He wore it so much he's torn and frayed. So bury me deep in a river of coal, let the black wash over my bones. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's a necktie for my father. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's the gun that killed my father. What are you gonna do with it?
What you gonna do with the gun that you got?
I'm gonna do to them what they done to him.
What you gonna do with the gun that you got?
Bury me deep in a river of coal, let the black wash over my bones. What do you got, my little daughter? Well, it's the gun that killed my father. Oh, thank you so very much. So this fine fellow over here on the bass guitars is going to switch over and do a funky little thing that he likes to do with this upright bass. We're going to do one more ballad for you before we kick things up. How you doing on this hot, sunny afternoon?
You said valley. I freaked out. Okay. Sure. Sure it is.
Well, we are grateful and thankful that you are out here on this bright sunny day hanging out with us. And how about Ben and Kate for putting this fantastic thing on every year? This is such a cool and unique spot of the world, but this property in and of itself is just magnificent. So this is what should be happening here. This is so cool. So we thank you all for being here and for Ben for hiring us. And we're going to do a little tune here that's called Reconsider Me. And pay attention to this cat over here. He does some cool things. At a bus stop in Arkansas, well, I could see your soul go by through the window of a Greyhound bus that was carrying a true love of mine. And after dawn, I woke in vain, my head in my hands, my feet out in the rain. Cease my mind, Lord, to cool my brain through the echoes of my wildest dreams. I really hope that you're gonna change your mind. I really hope you'll be my honeybee. I really hope that you're gonna change your mind. I really hope you'll reconsider me. I was born on a mountain top down along the Alberta line. My head grew heavy, Lord, my feet got hot. For I was destined to do my time. I really hope you're gonna change your mind. I really hope you'll be my honeybee. I really hope that you're gonna change your mind. I really hope you'll reconsider me. And all along the road that brought me here, I could see those shadows crawl up towards my mama's grave. Damn you, spirit, leave her alone. Really hope you're gonna change your mind. Really hope you'll be my honeybee. I really hope that you're gonna change your mind. I really hope you'll reconsider me.
That's perfect. We did it right. We did it right.
How about a hand for the sound crew and stage managers and all these fine folks making everything run on time? If we sound good out there, it is not because of us. I guarantee you that. We were singing in the car on the way here, and we have no business being here. So thank you for the sound out back, for making us sound good.
In my loving arms. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. That's electric.
No, we gotta skip. Okay. So we're gonna do a bit of another love song, but this one's inspired by the late great Otis Redding, and it's called "In My Loving Arms."
All good? Yeah.
Baby's in red, and I can't pretend. She waits for me, Lord, I can see. Lost all control, come and satisfy my soul in my loving arms, in my loving arms. Oh, I can see, Lord, I can feel. She waits for me, and my love's for real. Lost all control, come and satisfy my soul in my loving arms, in my loving arms. Now it's time to go. She waits for me after the show. Lost all control, come and satisfy my soul in my loving arms, in my loving arms, in my loving arms. In my loving arms, in my loving arms, in my loving arms, in my loving arms. In my loving arms. Ooh. Thank you very much. We got two more songs left here for you. And this next tune is a little song I wrote when I was on tour down in Colorado. And just a couple of people that I met when I was down there. That's the thing with being a songwriter. Be careful what you say to us, because you might end up in one of our songs. You might be interested in that, but it depends on what story you're telling us. This is called Colorado. Well, I got friends out in Colorado. I got friends down in New Orleans. And I know lawyers up in Cincinnati. Learn to love on a riverboat queen. Oh, my love, I'd do it all for you if you could do it for me too. been so long since I've been home. Oh, my love, I'd do it all for you if you could do it for me too. She broke down along the Mississippi. She ended up in Nashville, Tennessee. They're not buying what she's selling, and that's how she ended up with me. So you can tell the boys on down in Vegas, I'm too sick, Lord, to make the call. I put my money where my mouth is, 'cause honey, for you I bet it all. Oh, my love, I'd do it all for you if you could do it for me too. Oh, my love, I'd do it all for you. You could do it for me too. Thank you so much. We got one more tune for you. You might recognize this one. This is an old Bobby Dylan song by the way, the Jerry Garcia Band, a little Tangled Up in Blue. We thank you so much for hanging out with us this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the Peace Valley Folk Fest. Early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she had changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. Well, they never did like Mama's homemade dress, if Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could and abandoned it out west. Split up on a dark, sad night, both agreeing it was best. I was down to walk away, I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. the great north woods, working as a cook for a spell. But I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I was lucky enough to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. Now I found what the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. For a beer, but she just kept looking at the side of my face in the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there at the back of my chair, said to me, "Don't I know your name?" I muttered something underneath my breath, and she studied the lines on my face. Must admit, felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes, tangled up in blue. Lit a burner on the stove and she offered me a pipe. Thought she'd never say hello, she said, "You know you look like a silent type." Later on, a book of poems, she handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 15th century. And all the words, every word rang true, and it glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul. From you, tangled up in blue. Somehow, 'cause all the people we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. Me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view. Tangled up in blue. Thank you so much. We are John Hewitt and the New Americans. Connor Miskman on the bass and Jordan Emster on the drums. Thank you to the Peace Valley Folk Fest for having us and all you fine folks for braving the sun today, hanging out with us. Thank you. We'll catch you next time.
Keep it going. Put your hands together one more time for John Hewitt and the New Americans. You guys killed it. Loved it. Loved that. It's hot. Make sure you drink water. It's all I'm going to say all day. Don't pass out.